All right, welcome back to RoseFM, and we are here in a Discord VC with Brianna Carmel. Is that correct?
Brianna Carmel, whichever.
Awesome. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, this is your second time being interviewed for this, right? Because the first time was with Blooming Heads, I think.
Yeah, that is correct.
Yeah. Um, since it's been like a while since I did interview shape stuff, would you like to describe your solo material for those who might be unfamiliar?
Sure. So for anyone who heard Blooming Heads last time, that's more of like an indie kind of vaguely emo kind of vibe. My solo material under the name Brianna Carmel is more of like folk punky kind of energy than that. Nowadays, for my solo stuff, I mostly just play ukulele. So, yeah, it's like a little, depending on the song, it can be like more energetic or like whatever. I don't know. That's kind of the vibe difference, I suppose.
Yeah. So are there any major influences in your like solo stuff compared from like Blooming Heads or any of your other projects that you'd like to name in particular?
Oh, that's fair. Honestly, I think, oh, that's a good question. I mean, in both Blooming Heads and my solo material and like whatever I don't know, whatever like manifests through me is usually like I mentioned last time, heavily influenced by Hayley Williams. I feel like my melodies and just the way I sing is really influenced by her whole vibe. So you can probably hear that influence in like most of my vocals, no matter what I'm singing on. And as far as like influences specifically for my solo material, it's kind of niche because my solo material is very much influenced by like my local friends and like the local DIY, like I guess folk punk community. There's this band called Dandelion Massacre who I feel like if I hadn't become acquainted with them, and also kind of in a similar vein, so the other band that I'm in with the other half of Blooming Heads, called Little Tiny Knife, that is also a folk punk band. And Little Tiny Knife, before I was in it, used to be called Wayne Jetski. And Wayne Jetski was around for like, honestly, probably like 9 or 10 years before they changed the name to Little Tiny Knife. And Wayne Jetski and Dandelion Massacre were like kind of part of the same circle back in the day. So those are probably two big influences for my solo material. I've also been very influenced by Pacing lately, who isn't necessarily folk punk. She's been referring to herself as like anti-folk, I think, but
Anti-folk.
I've been very influenced by Pacing's new album and just her whole vibe.
So you're dropping a new single later this month, right? Probably either yesterday or I forget, maybe today or the day after by the
Yeah,
time people will be hearing this, right? Called
yeah,
Breer and the Power of Self-Respect.
yes, that is what it's called. Yes.
Yeah, I really like that one a lot. I dig the like kind of folk punky arrangement mixed with like it sounds like NES drums, like the
Yeah, it's like chiptune, very that. Yeah.
yeah, and that was like the drum machine came as a collaboration with someone else, right?
Yeah, the drum machine and like all the synthy parts were my friend Octo Mammoth.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this actually isn't my first collab with Octo Mammoth. We have kind of like a Bandcamp exclusive cover, I guess, of like a random J-pop song that we both really like.
Oh hell yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, Octomammoth and I have just kind of been bonding over Twitter over like our mutual anime nerd type shit for a long time, and then uh, I finally checked out their music, and I was like, we have to start collaborating on stuff. Like this is really good. So yeah, the drum machine and the synthy chip tuney vibes were all Octomammoth, and I feel like it really completed the track. You know?
Yeah, it works really well. It almost kind of it almost like kind of invokes like a more laid back Math the Band or like Anamanaguchi type vibe to me. And
Oh my
then
God, that is such a huge compliment. Thank you.
yeah, I guess I'm just saying this as someone who doesn't listen to much like chiptune inspired stuff because those are just like
Uh-huh.
the that and the like first Bubblegum Octopus album are like the only ones I really know. But it
Yeah.
like vividly invokes like I guess like Get Real by Math the Band, but like more like chill and folky, and I like that a lot.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. The single, that's gonna be the title track of an EP that's dropping soon-ish, right?
Soon-ish, yeah. I think I can somewhat officially say that the EP will be out in like late May.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, and it's going to be 4 tracks, and the kind of, I guess, special thing about this EP is that even though it's a solo EP, like a Brianna Carmel EP, it is the first time in my solo project where I'm releasing something where every single track is a collaboration with somebody. The title track is a collaboration with Octomammoth. We also, like, Octomammoth and I also collaborated on one other track on the EP, and 2 other tracks, like the second half of it, I guess, I collaborated with my friend Lucy Broom, and on one of the tracks I collaborated with Lucy, my friend Sarah Raywitch does keys,
Yeah.
and Lucy just kind of became a whole band for me for a couple of songs, which was very generous and nice of her. And she like, honestly, everyone really helped me kind of bring these songs to life in the way I was like envisioning them in my head. And it's great. I'm super psyched.
Yeah, I'm really excited to listen to it when it comes out because,
Thank you.
yeah, I like the single a lot.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess if there's anything else you want to mention about like the EP or just stuff in general, feel free to do that. Just because there were some other questions I had, but I think you already covered them before I could ask them.
Oh, that's fair. That's fair. Let me think for a moment.
Yeah,
I
no
feel like
worries.
there was one, yeah, I feel like there was one thing I wanted to say that kind of slipped my mind, but I'm gonna see if I can remember it really quick. This isn't what came to mind previously, but it's the only like more relevant thing I can think to mention. And I don't even know if I mean, by the time this goes live, like this interview, things might be more like set in stone. But I am currently trying to put together like a little solo tour to like line up with the release of the EP. So like late May, early June. I don't know if anyone in your server is based in the Bay Area, but if so, I'm trying to make that happen. So, I'm trying to plan like a couple Bay Area shows, maybe a Stockton show, and then like the tour kickoff in Sacramento. But
Yeah.
I don't have any dates yet, but things are being planned. So if you want to like, I don't know, follow me on social media or join my solo Discord server or whatever, you can stay in the loop with that, and I will provide updates as they get confirmed officially. So yeah.
I've always wanted to like book a show for my solo stuff, but it's scary as hell, and also I don't have a license yet.
Honestly, the crazy thing is that I don't drive either, and I had never considered touring for that reason. But I was playing a show in Stockton recently, and I was talking to friends, kind of like lamenting the fact that I've never been able to tour really. And my partner was like, I mean, if you really wanted to do it, like you could probably do a mini tour, just like taking the train, like Amtrak. And I was like, holy shit, you're a genius, dude. Like, I'm gonna do that now. So
How have I not considered that?
Right? Yeah.
It's
no,
like,
exactly.
I think that's about all I have to ask because you covered some of the questions I was going to, which isn't a bad thing. It's,
Yeah, totally. No, that's cool.
Yeah. So Yeah, I'm going to be spinning Brie and the Power of Self-Respect after this. Is there anything you want to say before I do that?
Sure. So if anyone, and this is just, yeah, if anyone wants to follow me on social media, my Instagram and Twitter are both private, but that doesn't mean I don't encourage people to follow me. So, on Instagram, it is bri.carmel. That's BRI dot Carmel, Carmel. And Twitter is Brie X Carmel, no spaces or anything of the sort. So yeah, follow me if you want to find out about like when, like the official release date of the EP or my solo tour that I'm planning or anything like that. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's an honor to have you on here again. Your music is awesome.
Thank you so much. It was really lovely chatting with you.
Yeah, so now I will be spinning the single Brie and the Power of Self-Respect from the EP of the same name, dropping late May. Yeah, thanks for coming on for the interview.
Yeah, thank you for having me. This was a lot of fun, seriously.